many people know a 91-year-old man that is running across the country just like Forrest Gump did? I thought that was just something from a movie until I found out that an old man really is doing it. His name's Ernie Andrus. He's from California and he is running from the West Coast across the country to the East Coast in order to raise awareness about an old ship that he served on in World War II. And I hope to meet him in a few weeks. Ernie served on an LST, which means a landing ship tank, and it's one of those big ships that maybe you've seen in movies that open up on the end and tanks drive out of it to get onto the beach. And the beach that Ernie's ship landed on is called Normandy Beach, and that's obviously a really important beach in history. It's one of the site of one of the biggest battles of World War II. And his LST is the last one in the world at this time that's at least still in its original condition. I think it's in a location in Indiana right now, and Ernie is running across the country to kind of spread awareness about it, to get people interested in maybe visiting it and to help donate money toward restoring it and keeping it in good shape. Ernie turned 90 in August of 2013, and he started his run a few months later in October. He started out by touching the Pacific Ocean and running from there. He runs about 5 to 8 miles a day, and the way it works is he has a camper, and he stays in that camper in between the runs. He runs his miles, and then he hitches a ride back to the camper, and then he drives it up to what will be his start point for the next run. He runs about every other day, and he posts on Facebook all the time. I think his site is Coast to Coast Runs. You can Google it, and again, his name's Ernie Andrus, Andrus. But he posts all the time to let people know where he's running so they can either run with him or give him a ride back to his camper. And towns along the route throw little parties for him. It's always fun to read, where he's been and all the people he's meeting and all the people that get to meet him. So right now, Ernie is just west of Elkhart, Texas, and he should be crossing into Louisiana sometime in September. I hope to drive down and meet him and maybe run with him. When he runs, he actually doesn't run fast like what we would think. It's more like kind of a fast walk. But gosh, he's 91 years old, so what do we expect? I do think it's really unlikely that I'll ever meet anybody his age who is doing anything like this. I'm sure people run across the country, but I don't think there's anybody older than 90 years old doing it. And so because of that, I'd really like to meet him. I think he'd have some interesting stories, and I think his cause is a worthy one. He did something important and served his country, and now he is doing something cool in his old age. I hope when I'm 91 I can do something equally cool. So if you think about it, check out Ernie's site, Coast to Coast Runs, and try to think about supporting him if it's something that you think's interesting, or track him and maybe run with him someday. It should be fun.